I think it's pretty safe to say that Moon Knight just WandaVisioned us. Hi, I'm Mac from movieguy.com, and this is my episode 4 review slash slight recap, trying to not spoil too much of the 4th episode of Moon Knight. Yeah, you remember in WandaVision when we were watching a sitcom and everybody was like, what is this show? And we weren't quite sure. And we were like, all right, well, I guess it's a sitcom. It seems a little strange, and some strange things were happening, but it wasn't really until a couple episodes in when they were like, oh yeah, no, it's Wanda. Like there's some stuff going on here. Well, Moon Knight kind of pulls a little bit of a WandaVision rug out from underneath you in this episode. And I like that they sat in it, too. I like that they didn't just pull the rug out and bam, episode end. They let you sit there so that you absorbed the fact of what it was that they were trying to do and suggest to you it's just so that for like a full week. This is why TV shows need to be watched on a weekly basis, by the way, because if you immediately get to binge watch this, you don't have that feeling of literally waiting a week to go, what happened? What is this? I need more information. You just immediately should watch the next episode. And so really cool cliffhangers are lost in shows where you can binge watch. If you can just do the entire season, then a moment like this just becomes, well, let's see what happens in the next episode. So, but I'm really glad that we got that moment. So the highlights for me in this episode, other than the ending, was getting to see the Steven having to extradite something out of somebody's neck. I don't know how to. That was a spoiler-free version of how that happened, and that was described in full and illustrious detail. And I was like, "This is a Disney Plus show. Wow, cool. We are taking this a little bit more seriously." And there was definitely a character in this episode that was playing around with internal body organs, and I thought that was a little bit forward thinking for one of our Disney Plus Marvel series. So we are getting a little bit more, at least PG-13 with our content. As far as the performances, everything was great here. We furthered the story as far as we could further it, but then the shoe drops, and then I'm not sure we furthered the story at all. Like, I have no idea anymore. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we furthered any story. So we have to wait until the next episode to find out whether or not something actually occurred, or not, or how this occurred. It's interesting because I remember that this is supposed to be a 6-episode run of a show, and I know that the critics were treated to the first 4 episodes. So they were treated all the way up until this moment. So they've been waiting for this mic drop too. They were not given the last 2 episodes to review. So they actually don't know what happens next either, which I find to be incredibly intriguing. that Marvel chose, because they could have just done the first 3 episodes, the first half of the series. Why would you show through episode 4? But they wanted critics to know that this was what they had planned all along. So that's an interesting choice. Otherwise, yeah. Really cool episode. Audio description it's still on point. I mean, it's still you're still describing somebody who has dissociative identity disorder, and doing a really good job of the back and forth between the two different personalities. The one thing that I actually caught that I thought was really cool was when we were transitioning between scenes, the narrator used the term meanwhile, in a transition, which just all the time in the world, I just feel like we don't use that enough, because it doesn't just suggest that we're changing scenes to another location, but rather that the scene is actually taking place at the same time as the scene we just watched. So like if you split up two characters, like in this case, having, Mark and Steven separate from Layla would be an example. I think that's actually how the meanwhile was used, because they were in two different locations at the same time. And I thought that was a great word that just feels underutilized in audio description. I just feel like I don't get enough of the scenes that are taking place at the same time or relatively the same time as the other scene preceding it. So good job on that. Yeah, I don't really know if there's much else to say about Moon Knight. I love this show. I think it's great. I think this episode is just, I don't know, it did everything it was supposed to do, and then it hit me in the face. So even without the last chunk of the episode, I thought it was a great episode. And then the mic dropped, and I was like, what just happened? So I'm really looking forward to episode 5. I hope you are too. I hope you're watching Moon Knight. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to give this episode an A. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that way the algorithms know who I am. And visit MacTheMovieGuy.com for more from me. And I will see you whenever Khonshu allows it.